Well, hello and welcome back. Welcome to Wind Down Wednesday. So sorry about Monday. Dude, I don't even know what's going on with this internet provider anymore. I'm almost fed up, but that's beside the point. Anyway, happy Wednesday, everybody. How are we doing? How's it going? I got a nice little exciting project for us today. And oh boy, am I excited. So if you guys didn't know, hold on, let me get over here to my thingy thing. If you guys didn't know, I've been competing I started competing, or at least participating in Stinger's Playground. They're having a competition, and I am attempting to ranch a bunch of hatches. So, I started falling down the rabbit hole as one does in Ani, and, I discovered that these hatches actually like to eat barbecue. They will eat, okay. Anyway, they'll eat barbecue. They will definitely eat barbecue. And I figured out, let me see if we can find it here. They require 700 kilocalories of barbecue, and each one, when they die, creates 4,000. And I think the math works out roughly to about 600 and some change. Anyway, I actually do have a supporting document for this. I would actually like to share with you guys. Let me see here if I can pull it up real quick. I think there it is. There it is. All right. Let me get over here to it. Let me turn this off, and Alt tab might be the one. There we go. And so this is what we have. This is the project that I would really like to work on today. We haven't forgot about the Slogo Ranch. We still have that logic that we're going to try to implement, but it is no longer the star of the show. Today, we are going to be working on this, and I'm going to show you why, and hopefully this will get you guys excited as well. The thing I'm excited about here is that a hatch demands 700 kilocalories of barbecue per cycle. Right? One hatch will lay an egg roughly every 6 cycles, which is 4,000 kilocalories. And I can actually show you the math here. Right here, 4,000 kilocalories. That egg will hatch and evolve into obviously into meat, and that meat can be cooked into barbecue. And this barbecue, we divide that by 6 cycles, we get 666.67 per cycle. Now, you look how close that is to being a complete closed loop system. So close. 33 calories per hatch. So what I did here was we went through some more numbers, and we found out that here is your calorie deficit per cycle. Look at that number. It's very small. It's, a third of this, roughly? So I had the idea of, maybe we can figure out a way to feed these guys their own barbecue back to them. But we're going to have a little bit of a calorie deficit, so we're going to have to make that up. And so the way I'm proposing that we make that up is with a stone hatch supplementation. We'll be able to find some things for them to sustain them on, such as like igneous rock from a volcano, something like that. We can essentially create, a food supply for them, and it's going to be very minuscule. And here's the numbers. I'm going to hit the high points here. If you guys want to go through this document, it's over in the workshop. If you want to find the workshop, the link is in pretty much every video I ever publish. It's even I started putting it back into the old tutorials on the main channel, and you can also hit !workshop here in the Twitch chat, and it'll give you the link, and you can head right over there, and you can get hooked up with this stuff. Anyway, this is down in the engineering documents if you want to follow along. But anyway, so here's the numbers, and this, we're kind of getting off in the weeds here, but what you need to pay attention to the most is that it takes 2 stone hatches, actually less than 2 stone hatches, to support a ranch of 3. A ranch of 3. 3 times this, about 800 calories, and yeah, that's still less than 2. 2 is a little bit on the high side, that we have a margin, but what that means is 2 per stack of 3. If you can put 8 stone hatches in one, that means all you have to do is feed one ranch of 8 stone hatches. Whatever you're going to feed them, whether it's sedimentary rock or whatever you have that's renewable or available, and you can feed 2, that's going to be 4 times 3, which would be 12 ranches, regular ranches with regular hatches. So that right there would put us at a total of 104 hatches. 12 regular ranches 8 apiece, that's 96, and then 1 ranch with 8 stone hatches to supplement the barbecue calories. That's insane. All you're really doing is feeding 8 hatches and putting some duplicate labor and some automation into feeding your 12 ranches of regular hatches. That's absolutely insane. Now, there are some problems, I think, with this design. I think that the food is going to be an issue because we don't want it to spoil, and we're going to have to make sure that we're delivering it and that we have some buffering. We don't want the food laying on the rails so it rots, none of that kind of stuff. I've already started to work through some of this stuff, and the promising thing is that I think we might actually have a solution for this. We might actually have a solution for it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off the screen now that we've kind of went over it a little bit. If you guys want to look at this on your own time, it is in the workshop. It's in the engineering documentation, I believe. I can't remember what the channel's called, but it's in the, I think it's the engineering notebook, I think is where it's posted. It's number 5, I believe. But anyway, yeah. So without further ado, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and, where did I put this thing? Application kit. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's start working on that. So we have hatches here, and we want to feed them barbecue. Now let me get this off. Well, actually, I don't know if we're going to be able to do this. I think we're going to have to get these guys over here. Let's do this first. Let me go ahead and get this piped up so we can actually have people over here. What I did was I started doing this so I could probably just do like this now. But I put it over here in the corner because I want to start like putting all those ranches down this side because we don't have a whole lot of room here in the center, so I want to just put all the ranch stacks on one side. So we'll probably do that over here. But first we need to do the proof of concept. We need to make sure that we can reliably deliver the barbecue and make sure that they're eating the barbecue and run a couple of preliminary tests to make sure that this strategy is viable. So that's what we're going to start with. We're going to see if this is viable. Now we may end up coming back to the Sloga Ranch. I do have some logic prepared for that. However, it's been put on the back burner because we have this competition going on right now, and I really want to get this right. So, with that said, I think what we're gonna do is we're just gonna start by doing this. Let me get this all. Come on now. We don't want that. Just like that. Anyway, this is just a bit of housekeeping. How are you guys doing? How is your Wednesday? I hope it's going well. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna let these guys get over here, and then maybe, what's up with this? What up with this? Can't be doing that. Come on, man. There we go. All right, now everything has power. Everything should be good. Now what I want to do is I want to set this to, I want to get somebody over here first. Let's see if we can get somebody over here. I want to see, where are you guys going? Actually, you know what? Let's just drop a dupe over here. We can do that with Control F2. Boom! What you doing, buddy? He's got popped eardrums. Wow, why is there so much oxygen in here? That is absolutely insane. That is not okay. It'd be all right. We'll figure it out. We'll figure. I think we have a life support thing somewhere. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but it is what it is. They can have popped eardrums all they want. I don't really care. So that's an insane amount of oxygen. Why is that in here? And oxygen. No, let's do this. Let's see if I have that thing somewhere. Where is it? This one? Nope. Dev. Oh, here it is. Dev life support. What do we have going on here, buddy? I don't know if we want it that high, though. That's the thing. That's interesting that these things are putting off that much oxygen. Questionably. Deconstruct. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. Anyway, we'll leave it like it is. I don't think it's that big of a deal. But anyway, so what we want to do... Actually, you know what? This guy... Let's go ahead and get rid of this guy. Actually, no, we're going to have to do this. Clear floor. Get rid of you, buddy. Let's drop another one over here. Control F2. Oh, we gotta get out of this menu, don't we? There we go. There, now Freya opened that up for us. Let's go ahead and get rid of... Oh, she'll probably go do something. Let her do her thing. It'll be all right. And, yeah, so now we have this. So what I want to do is I want to put barbecue in here. Can we not put barbecue in here? Come on now. AR. No, we can't. Have we not made barbecue yet? Oh, maybe that's why. I don't understand why we can't do that, but it'd be all right. You know what we can do? We can probably just put down some barbecue with the sandbox tool, and that should allow us to do this, right? Let me see here. Let's do barbecue, there it is. All right, we're gonna get there. Barbecue. No, we've seen the meat. We haven't seen the barbecue. All right, so let's just do the spawner tool. We'll put some barbecue in here. All right, that should change that to where we can put barbecue in here. BAR, yep, there we go. And so my understanding is is that this is 4,000 kilograms of barbecue. But if we look at the properties, it should weigh 1 kilogram, which it does. So what we can do is I'm actually gonna screenshot this just for myself. I'm going to zoop this. Boop. All right, cool. And yeah, so these guys are gonna eat about 700 a day, which means each of these ranches, if you remember that supporting document that I showed you, it is going to, let me see here. It's going to, actually, you know what, we don't even need that. They're going to need 700 apiece, so this whole ranch is going to be, what, 700 times 8? So we're going to need, I think, a little bit more than 2 of these. Yeah, we're going to need like 1,400 kilograms of that, which is like 1.4 pieces of barbecue per cycle. So I think what we'll do is we'll just do 2 kilograms in each one of these, and then I'll copy the settings, and I'll just put it all the way down. Now, what I do know is that we don't want this barbecue laying around on the conveyor rail or any of that kind of stuff. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna set up our own little private little experiment over here. We'll let those guys kind of do their thing over there. And yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. We don't necessarily have to set this up super hard. We just need to make sure, we know that this all works. And what we do need to make sure is that we can do this. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and deconstruct all of these. Actually, wait, deconstruct, and deconstruct. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do something a little bit different. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put a fridge in here. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but hear me out. The fridge has an output, okay? It does. It has an output. So we're gonna put a fridge in each one of these, like this. And then we're gonna give it some power. Oh, nope, I didn't want that. I want a power. Give me the power. Okay, there we go. And then we're gonna need power down here as well. So we'll do that. Now, we're not gonna do the receptacle because what'll happen is things will just collect in the receptacle. And we don't want barbecue sitting in the receptacle unrefrigerated because it will spoil in about four cycles. So what I've discovered is that, what do you know? We got an output on the fridge. And we can set it to whatever fullness we want, and we can get it to output a signal just like a buffer tank. Just like a buffer tank, guys. Isn't that crazy? I mean, maybe you guys knew this, but I didn't. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put barbecue in here, and I'm only gonna put, I don't know, we'll do like 10 kilograms. Yeah, we'll do 10 kilograms. That's like 10 pieces. I think that's plenty for keeping this, you know, like we want it. But the thing is that this is gonna work locally, but we're gonna, you know what, let's not even get into that yet. We're gonna need to do some other things to this. But for right now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at this, and we're gonna come straight across, and you're gonna, oh, actually, you know what? This might be the wrong, so it's gonna send a red signal. We're gonna have to knot this, which means we're gonna have to put a knot gate in it. We're gonna have to invert it. So actually, we should probably start with the knot gates. And I think what we can do is we can do something like this. And we'll put one in each of these ranches. Actually, you know what we could do? We could do it up here. Let's do it up there. I think that actually might be a little nicer. And then we'll get rid of this. Deconstruct, and then we'll go to here. And I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this. We don't want it to feed back on itself. We'll do that. Same thing. And then what we'll do is we will grab our shipping chute. And this is where we're gonna get real cheeky with it. We're gonna put these in here. And if I'm not mistaken, we just wired this up. So essentially, if this refrigerator is not full, we want this chute open and we want it giving us stuff. Clear floor. Oh, no, we don't want it that big. Jesus. 1. All right, there we go. Oh, let's grab that too. Maybe that. All right, cool. So now we have that. And the other thing, okay, so now we're gonna have to have some type of input. We're gonna have to input our barbecue somehow. And so I think what we could do is we could just actually, we could deconstruct this. And I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a little kitchen up here, and we'll just have them cooking the meat and bringing it right back into it. And then we'll probably get some duplicates over here, and we'll just cut them off from the rest of the colony. So this will be a closed experiment. I think that ought to work pretty well. So let me take a sip of my coffee here. So yeah, so here's what we'll do. Oh yeah, okay, so we have the signal. Now somehow some way we're gonna have to tie all these signals together because we need to know whether we need to be sending materials or not. We're sending barbecue or not. So if the fridge is not full, we're sending a green signal. And so I think what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to multiplex all of these green signals together somehow. I'm not sure exactly how we're gonna do that just yet. I'm actually thinking that we may have to do a slight redesign here, but that's okay. That's what we're doing here. Oh, actually, the first thing we need to do is we need to set priorities. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna set a priority of 2. Actually, 1 for the fridges, and then 2 for these. That way, no duplicant should ever get an errand for, well, at least not unless they're just absolutely not busy. But what this is gonna do is the sweeper, when the barbecue drops, it's gonna try putting it here. Actually, no, we got it backwards. It's gonna try, I'm sorry, no, we do have it right. It's gonna try to put it here. And this is only gonna take 2 pieces of barbecue. And once this is full, it's gonna put the rest of it here. And what'll happen is as this empties, it'll pull from here. And so what we're doing is that we're using the fridge as a bit of a buffer for the critter feeder. Now, this is all theoretical so far, and we're gonna see if this is gonna work out. So we have this in place. So now I think what we could do is actually, you know what we could do? We could just come up here and we could have done the thing. Let's see how we do the thing. We're gonna need to go back to the shipping, grab ourselves a receptacle. I'm gonna put this back just for now, and I'm gonna put this to barbecue. I always do BBQ, B-A-R, and I think that that's gonna somehow change that. It doesn't. Okay, so that is set. Now we just need to spawn some stuff. Wow, let's give a bunch of it. All right, now what should happen is this thing should load this into here. And then what's gonna happen is that stuff's gonna get loaded down to here. It's gonna go through here. And then I think there's gotta be some way for it to loop back. I think that only makes sense. Honestly, I think this is a bit too much up here in the corner. I think I'd probably bring the input over here somewhere at some point. But we can leave it this way for now. It's a little bit more confusing this way, but let's go ahead and make sure that let's start with the basic of the basics. Let's start with the most basic of things. Let's make sure that this barbecue gets loaded, that it goes through here, that it drops into here, and then once this fridge is full, it stops these, and then we're just gonna let the rest of the barbecue just fall on the ground. How about that? We'll do that. We're gonna make some kind of reclamation process at some point, meaning that if it falls past here, actually, you know what? Let's get rid of that. If for some reason it doesn't get put into one of these and it gets by here, it's just gonna lay down here. But if what we wanna do is eventually have that circulate back to some type of cold storage. So now, as you can see, it's all getting loaded. Here it comes. Should start dropping in the farm. 1 piece, 2. Now, let's look at what we have. It closed it off. Huh, that's interesting. See if, okay, yep, see, there it goes. You see, we're actually getting the behavior that we were hoping for. All right, so now what we're gonna wanna do is we're gonna put so much barbecue up here. Oh, wait a minute, did we even do this correctly? 10 kilograms, 10 kilograms, 10 kilograms. So it's gonna be 10 of them. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna definitely need to do more. And so what I wanna do is I wanna see, how long this barbecue will be good for. If that makes sense. How do I do that? Let's see, status, 20 barbecue, 1 degree C. Total change per cycle, 13, refrigerated -5, normal atmosphere. So I think that's gonna give us a little bit longer, not by much. It's gonna give us roughly double the shelf life on it. Oh, I think that actually might be a problem. We may have to adjust these numbers as we go. Because what I think is gonna happen is this may be too much. We could probably do like 4 and then copy paste. Right? Okay. And now I think what we need to do is actually make this farm work. Yeah, let's make it work real quick. Like so. And we're obviously gonna have to set these, what is it? 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1. I don't even know if that's correct. Is it correct? Actually, I think we looked at the wrong farm. Ha ha. Force it. 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1. 3, 1. And I believe these over here are what? 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Okay. And then 4, 3, 2. 4, 3, 2. 4, 3, 2. Easy enough. 4, 3, 2. 4, 3, and 2. And that should get this thing working. Now what we can do is put this in here, incubate, copy, and paste. And we can probably just kind of let this do its thing. This guy's probably going to chill. I think these ranches are kind of full. Actually, you know what we could do? We could put down one of these. Critter drop off. And then we'll go hatch. Actually, let's go here. Hatch. And we want 8. And then we're just going to copy this across all. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to disable it. Because what we'll be able to do is we'll be able to look at a glance and see how many we have in here just by hovering over. See? 8 of 8, 8 of 8, 8 of 8. Oh, actually 9 of 8. Oof, we got an extra guy in here. We can't have that, man. Come on. Critter removal. Why is the brush so darn big, man? How do I make it smaller? We want it all to 1. There we go. Okay, let's get rid of this guy, maybe. There we go. Okay, now we should have 8. There we go. All right, cool. Cool. And then we're obviously going to need to put like eggs and coal in here. Egg, shell, we'll do coal. Apparently I turned on the caps lock. We'll do meat. And I think that should be good for these. Yeah, I think so. I could have just copied the settings from that one, but you know, it is what it is. And so now we have that. And then this shipping, this is going to be, it's going to be for the meat. We'll just leave the shells here for now, but what we're probably going to do is we're probably just going to have this up here. And I'm just going to do something like this. Actually, you know what? We'll bring it across and we'll just have a little something over here. How about that? Do something like this. And I'm just going to put some doors on it. Open. And lock. Okay, there we go. And now I'm just going to put down a grill and some other things. That way we can have somebody over here cooking. Because we really want to investigate this whole resource loop. All right, we'll put a sink there. Because it's definitely a good idea for that. Just kind of set up a mock kitchen. And I think we're probably going to need 2 people in here doing barbecue. Just to make sure that things are going to be rolling smoothly. And we'll do something like... I'm not sure. I think we should probably see how the shipping's going to look real quick. I haven't really practiced this layout or anything, so we're kind of figuring this out as we go. I think that ought to be good. And then we can put another one of these over here. Now we'll have, oh, let's put one more here and here. And actually, you know what? And we'll put a door on it. Also want to put another one of these. And let's go ahead and hook all this stuff up to power. What we'll do is we'll put it there. Just wire it all up together. There we go. And now we are going to cook some barbecue forever. And I'm just going to copy paste these together. And then I'm probably going to put a couple of fridges over here just so we have somewhere. Well, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the fridge. We'll just put one here for now. We'll just do barbecue. All right. And now we need to get those eggs over here somehow. I mean, yeah, well, not the eggs, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to go here. We'll get the meat over here like this. Just going to put it there, because why not? And then I'm going to also go ahead and grab this and send it back, because we're going to need to send this back. Now, I'll probably just put that right here for now. Do that. We're going to need some shipping. Get it back over here. And I'm just going to deconstruct this because we don't need it anymore. And I'm also going to get rid of these wires and those wires and this guy. And there we go. Okay, let's put the barbecue on here. But here's the caveat. Somehow we need to let this know when it's allowed to load and when it's not. So it may take a couple of iterations of this to kind of get it dialed in, but we're going to work on it. So what we're going to need is we're going to need some way of telling this thing, hey, don't send us any more barbecue. You know what I mean? Just don't send us anymore. So to do that is going to be an interesting thing. I think what we could do, I don't know if we could do this with the wireless stuff. It says it has to be exposed to space to function. I don't think, no, that's not going to be our play. I was hoping for some Wi-Fi, man. You know what I'm saying? What is this? Space scanner? Oh, this thing will automatically close your things. Why have I never built this before? This will close your bunker doors and stuff when asteroids hit. I didn't even realize that. Wow, you learn something every day, huh? All right, so let's go and see what we can do. I honestly think that just wiring it straight up is probably going to be the play. I mean, if I'm being honest here, because we're going to multiplex these together. All of these signals need to be multiplexed together. I'm trying to actually think about how we're going to do that here, which is going to be an interesting thing, especially inside the farm. Not sure how we're going to do that. But we will figure it out. I think, what I'm thinking is these I could all just drop into the floor and bring across. But this one right here is going to be a little bit different. In all honesty, I might be able to just bring it up some and bring it over. That way it's not a problem. I think that's probably what we'll do. We'll probably just bring it up and then bring it across to make it work. And I'll just get rid of all this and we'll just copy the bridge. Yeah, that's what we'll do. And then this is going to have to come out. So we'll do this. All of these are going to get multiplexed together, which I'm actually kind of thinking, I'm like, no, we're going to have to do this with an OR gate because otherwise it'll contaminate the signal to these. Oh, or we'd have to double knot them, like one going this way, one going that way. I still think it'll be cheaper. Well, no, it won't. Let's see. Let's be real frugal. These cost 25. The OR gate costs 25. We're only going to need 2 OR gates. But the wiring would be simpler if we just... The wiring would be simpler if we just used NOT gates. And what I mean by that is if we did something like this off of each of these and then just use that signal. You know what I mean? I mean, I actually think that we might do that. Or we could do it this way. I think that might be the play. Yeah, we could do it that way. It's gonna be a little bit more metal, but it's not gonna be the end of the world. And the reason why we're doing this is because if we multiplex all these knots together, it's gonna open all of these together. We can't have a backfeed through the circuit. Because if you hook these two together, like these two right here, it doesn't matter if this one's red, this one's green, they'll all be green. This NOT gate will block that. I think there's only about 2 ways to not allow that backfeeding of the signal through the circuit, and that would be the NOT gate and the OR gate. We're just gonna do the NOT gate. I think that's probably gonna be the easiest one for us to do. Now see how this is? I hook these together, it's still green. I hook this together, now it's overwhelmingly green. That's what I meant. But look, this one's still off, that one's still on, that one's still on. So that's exactly what we were looking for. And then we just need to bring this up to... here, just like this. And now I think the only other thing that we really need to do is we need to loop this back. Oh, no, that's not what we wanted. Like that. And then do a bridge because we want to make sure that it knows where it's going. And I think that'll actually do it. I actually think that might work. There we go. All right, now it's time. Oh, we even have a hatch here that's ready to evolve. Oh, okay, buddy. That's what you want to do? All right, let's go ahead and cut this off from the rest of the colony because I don't know if I want this here. I think what we'll do is we'll leave this and then we'll put maybe like a bedroom off of here. Actually, you know what? No, we'll let it go. We'll let it go. We'll let it go. We'll let it go. I think what we should do is we should cut this one off. Maybe. Now let's lock this off. Lock. Actually, you know what? We'll just copy this setting. And we'll just let them do their thing. They're gonna be fine. This guy should probably go somewhere. I don't know. Let's lock this as well. Actually, wait. We'll leave it open. Never mind. We do want them to come over here, though. Nah, we don't want that. We don't want that. Let's stop this for now. See if we have anybody coming over here. We could also probably lock all of these. I'm just gonna get rid of these guys, so... Come on, man. No, we need you out of here. Just get out of here. Copy, paste. Where are you going? Okay, now he's gonna come over here and work on this. Good job, good job, good job, good job. Let's get these guys going. All right, there's that. Clear floor. A little bit of that there. Get rid of a lot of it. All right, there we go. All right, so these things, are they both lullaby? Oh, well, that might make sense. We need about, what, 75 and then 600? Then we'll reset the timer. Somebody should come grab this. Make sure that these get done first. What do we have? 8, 8, and 8. This shouldn't even be on. Why is it on? Let's look at our sensors. Above 0? No, we need it. Yeah, that's the problem. We gotta copy the settings. You know what I mean? We gotta copy those settings. It's below 8, and then this one's above 7. Go ahead and do that real quick. Below 8. And that should get us straight. There we go. There we go. Now it's correct. All right, so these guys are eating barbecue now. These guys are eating barbecue. And we don't want our duplicates eating barbecue. So what I'm gonna do is disable that under consumables, at least for now. We'll go ahead and, come on now, work with me. Work with me, darling. Where are you at? Where are you at? Barbecue, barbecue, barbecue. Okay, let's get rid of that. I don't like the scrolliness of this. It's kind of weird. Kind of weird, yo. Okay. I also don't want them eating meat. I forgot about that. Consumable. We don't want them eating meat either. All right. Which kind of limits them, and we may have some issues because I really haven't thought through like what everybody's doing and whatnot. But we're gonna work on this. We're focused on this right now. What I think we can do. Actually, let's make sure our priorities are set correctly. Set that as a 6. That way, it'll take whatever's in here and put it in here. All right. And we're gonna put barbecue in here. Remember, we do have that feedback loop, so right now it's going to add, but once it's full, it's not going to allow it on here. And anything that doesn't need to be in here is going to get recirculated back. So let's go ahead and test that out. I think what we can do is we can go ahead and spawn a bunch of barbecue. I'm just going to speed click it. Ah! There we go. Wow. That's all it took. That was it. Now let's see what we got going on. All right. This one's going to fill up next. This one's going to fill up next. Let's see what we got going on. Let's bring some more barbecue in. I'm waiting for this overall signal to turn red. That means that we got it. These guys are probably hungry boys, so they're going to eat quite a bit. There it goes. And now what should happen is the rest of it should just circulate. Back to the original. There you go. Now I'm wondering if we should probably keep a fridge up here or something like that. I don't know. Maybe keep a couple fridges up here full of barbecue. That way it's nearby. I'm wondering if this thing can... Oops, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, that's going to be a bit of a problem. I think... Actually, no, I don't think it is a problem. I think we could actually get rid of this tile. I don't think it's necessary. And then we could put a fridge right here because I think this thing will reach it now. Oh, that's so nice. Very nice, very nice, very nice. But the only problem with that is that now we'd have to add back in another one of these to make sure... And it could tighten up the loop. It really could. But the problem is that you'd still have the issue of it coming in from wherever it's coming from. So I don't know if that's going to be the solution. We'll kind of hold off on that for now until we kind of see what's what. But I think these guys are getting fed now, which is nice. And I think what happened was this thing stabilized. Now everybody's full. Everybody stopped eating until the next cycle. So now that the system is primed, now I think we're going to be okay. And also, this needs to get eggshells too. And we'll do coal. Actually, no. We'll just do eggshells. Because these guys are going to hatch and leave eggshells. Oh, and we can do... I mean, we can just get rid of that. Clear floor. Yeah, boy. All right, so we got that going. Now, we'll kind of see how this pans out in a little bit. I think what we could do is we could add another one of these. And just... Actually, you know what we could do? We could just take and build another one of these on the other side, I think. Yeah, we could do that. We'll just build another set of these. So let's go ahead and do that. I'll go ahead and we'll grab base game hatch stack. Hatch ranch stack 1.3. This is what I've been using here on this. I think what I want to do is actually, you know what I want to do? I want to clear. I want to copy this selection. Copy that. No, I wanted to copy, buddy. Copy and paste. I mean, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put some tiles. Actually, you know what we'll do? We're just gonna delete. We're gonna destroy everything. I think that'll be alright. We're gonna get rid of that thing too. That's okay. You can spill in there, it'll be alright. Alright, and then clear selection. Oh, let's see what we have here. Okay, so it was full. That's nice. Let's see what we have. Oh, did it keep the settings? No way. No, it's gonna show 100. We need. Okay, so that I think. How many do we have? We have. Yikes! This is getting crazy. Let's go ahead and put some. Yeah. Okay. Let's bring a dupe into this world, I guess. Let's get him to go down. Excuse me, go down. There we go. Okay, and then move to here. Come on, buddy. That way we can uncover all of this stuff. All right, so now we have this, and I think what we'll do is we'll just copy this all the way down. We're gonna do the same thing for the rest of these. I know, this is a lot. This is so much, guys. So much. So much. Boom. All right, and then these should already be set up. Hoping so. Let's see what we have here. Boom. No, we don't want that. We want this. We got that set up. Oh, no, we do want this. Boom. Right now. Oh, yeah. See, all of these are hooked up. All of these are hooked up. All of them are hooked up. Now we just need to copy all the settings to them, which is unfortunate. It's a bit busy work. I mean, it's a lot to do, but it'd be all right. This is so many ranches, let me tell you. Absolute insanity, if you ask me. I mean, seriously. Seriously, guys, this is insane. It's insane. All right, let's come up here and we'll start with this. And I'm gonna copy these settings and just do it all the way across all of them. The machine must grow. Okay, there we go. And now I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna number these just for my own sanity. Seriously. We'll start with red, maybe? Yeah, we'll do red. So we'll do 1. Matter of fact, I'm probably gonna do. I'm just doing this so I know where all the ranches start and stop. You know what I mean? It's that's a sloppy 5 if I ever saw one, right? Looks more like a S than a 5, right? Yeah, that's better. I don't even know how to make a 6. We'll just make it bigger and bigger, right? I think that makes sense, right? 6. I think we're getting worse as we go, to be honest with you. I gotta make the little 7. And then we'll do like that. Okay. There we go. All right. There we go. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. There we go. And now what we do need is we need one teensy weensy ranch full of, you know, the stone variety. And I think the way we'll do that is we will just copy the top two. Actually, we'll copy this one. We'll copy this one. So let's copy that. Clear selection. Let's go ahead and grab one ranch. Actually, you know what? We're going to have to get more. All right, let's see if we can put that up here somewhere. I'm thinking that we should probably put it like this. Just like that. We'll get rid of some of this stuff. Just like so. There we go. I think that'll do. All right, and then this is not going to be those guys, so let's clear the floor. We're going to clear all of this stuff. Ooh, we have a stone hack. Yes! We want the stone hatches in here. Incubate. Let's get rid of our thing here, and we'll copy paste. We'll let that guy evolve himself, maybe? No, we'll get rid of him. We're also going to want to deconstruct these, and we're going to deconstruct this, and we're going to put just a regular thingy on it. This isn't going to need this right here. We could invert it and do it a little bit easier. Deconstruct. And then we'll just do below 8. Actually, we don't want... Okay, so we are doing that correctly. All right, good. Oh! I think we gotta set these up. Above 0, above 0, above 1. And, yeah. We ain't counting no eggs. It's a bunch of busy work, but we need to do this. Above 1. No eggs. No eggs, and no eggs plus 1. I'm gonna have to do this a couple of times, I think. So hang tight. Right, I think we're, what are we on, 5? Okay. I wish I could just drag all of these, the settings to all of them, but I don't think that that's practical in this particular situation. But we're gonna get there. We're almost done. Let the machine run. I don't think counting eggs in this room is going to matter because there should never be eggs in that room, but this room most definitely matters. All right, that should do it. That should be everything. I'm sure something will break along the way, but we'll figure it out as we go. Let's see what we have going on here. Let's make sure our shipping rail is working. So many rails. So many rails. But it's okay. I mean, this is definitely going to be probably what I'm going for once I get cooking in this competition. We'll do that. I think the rest of that's hooked up. And then we just need to copy a bridge, right? Yeah. How many do we need? Just one? Alright, I think... Wait. I'm hoping this will flow. If not, we may have to add more bridges, which would be unfortunate. Oh, all of those got to be connected, don't they? Ooh, that's going to be interesting. That is going to be interesting. We got to hit all of these, don't we? I think I'm just going to do this. And then get rid of a lot of this stuff. It's going to flow down. Like so. It's going to come through here. It's going to flow down. It's going to hit every one of these on the way down. That's actually the funny part. The only problem is I feel like some of this barbecue is going to be circulating for a while. This may be a slightly too large of a scale. I know that the smaller one's going to work. Yeah, about that. Lots of housekeeping today. But it's okay. It's Wind Down Wednesday. We're just chilling. We're listening to lo-fi. We're just hanging out. Trying to build some stuff. There we go. I think that's right. Oh, forgot one. Got a couple, actually. Okay. It looks like we're pretty much there now. Yeah, I think we're there. All right, cool. Now we just need to give ourselves some barbecue and let all this fill up. We also probably should give ourselves a couple of stone hatches. Let's go ahead and set this to 8. We'll do stones. Oh, we don't have stone hatches yet? Okay, well, that's fine. We can make some of those. Alright, let's see if these guys get delivered just to make sure that all this stuff's working. Maybe not. Something's obviously broken. Oh, we never fixed this one, that's why. Actually, we didn't fix a lot of them. We didn't fix any of them. Oh man, I have so many things to do right now to make sure this works. I think we were scaling a bit early, huh? All right, let's see here. So we have 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1. I wish these things came like to where they weren't like this. I wish they would copy their settings. I think that would be amazing. It would definitely help out. Alright, this should start working. Huh. They both went at the same time. Very rare, but it can happen. It can happen. Alright, let's make sure the rest of this stuff is correct. It's not. Four, 3, 2. Yeah, this is a bit tedious, but it has to be done. That's down to 2. Now we'd have to do the rest of them, but I don't know if you know what? We should probably do it. We should probably go ahead and get this taken care of. Give me just a couple of minutes. We're definitely going to need to get through all of this stuff. Now that I have them memorized, it shouldn't be that hard. Nope, I guess I can't do it that way. I was going to try to see if I could do it by hitting a number key or something like that, but I don't think that it's going to allow me to do that. So every one of these has to be done by hand. How glorious. How glorious is that, guys? 4, 3, 2. Yes, very tedious, but it'll be done here in a minute. Just in a few minutes. How was your day, guys? My day was okay. It was a pretty busy day at work. Nothing to complain about. It is getting a little warm again, but I'm loving this weather. I love the summer. I mean, I love all seasons, honestly. I like going to the beach during the summers, which is very awesome. I actually just went this past Saturday again. It's something we've been doing every couple of weeks during the summer season, and it's been quite enjoyable. Definitely, just definitely nice to get out and touch some grass or touch some sand or, you know, touch some salt ocean water. You know, go out, people watch a little bit. That's always a little bit fun, especially when you're on a boardwalk and stuff like that. There's always some interesting people running around. Watch me make a mistake here while I'm yapping. I'm sure I will. And then I'll come back later and be like, why doesn't this work? 3, 2... 4, 3, 2. Please tell me we're almost done. We're on 6. Okay, we got a couple more to go. We're almost there. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off. 3, 2, 3. Come on now. 3 and 4. Oh, 4, 3, 2. Well, the good news is that I'll have this memorized once we're done. Absolutely. So by the time I make a tutorial for any of this, I will have it memorized. Maybe you will too. 1, 2, 3. It's a pretty easy pattern. It's just 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the sequences are kind of what make it a little bit easier. And this is just 4, 3, 2, and then 4, 3, 2 again. Oh, we didn't hook that up. Now this should get everything working correctly. So I'm thinking, okay, we have 8, 8, and oh, we got 9. What happened there? That wasn't supposed to happen. Let's see what's going on with our signals. Why are we getting... Oh, it's because these critter sensors probably haven't been set. Yeah, see, that's a problem. Below 8, and we're only going to count that. And I think I got to copy this. We're going to do this to everyone that's right above the incubators. Everyone that doesn't have a door underneath of it, essentially. And I think that's going to take care of those. Now, that's overwhelmingly green, or orange, or I mean red, 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 red. We should really have red signals all the way down because all these farms are full. And actually, we probably want to get rid of one of these guys. God, Jesus, why is this thing so big? No, I don't want it that big. Oh, come on now, don't do me like that. Oh, I don't want nuclear waste. I do want critter removal, but why are you giving me such a big brush? I don't want a big brush. Get out of here. There we go. All right, so now let's check and make sure all our ranch shacks are doing what they're supposed to do. Hey, and welcome to the stream. We are working on a massive, massive ranch stack. You have no idea. We have an absolutely massive ranch stack. Welcome to the stream. We're gonna see if we can ranch these guys pretty much using their own barbecue. What we have here is we have a lot of automation wire, but it's essentially just the same. It's the same ranch stack 8 times. And then up here we have a stone hatch ranch of 1. And the theory right now, the numbers is that these guys can almost sustain themselves off of their own barbecue. And then we have these stone hatches to supplement what they lack. So these stone hatches are going to be, I'm going to be feeding them igneous rock. And then these guys are all going to be getting fed barbecue. And the glorious thing is that outside of having someone that's probably going to need to be dedicated to cooking barbecue, this ranch doesn't require any inputs other than power and whatever it takes to feed these guys right here. Because the rest of it is done off of the grill and whatever these guys are laying off. And in all actuality, I actually think that you could almost close this loop other than duplicate input, because you could use the coal for power. I mean, theoretically, you could use the coal for power. And if you didn't want to do anything with the carbon dioxide, you could just dump it into space. But anyway, I don't know. That's just an idea. But anyway, yeah, so let's get back to it. We got it all set up. What we're doing here is we are putting just a little bit of barbecue into these fridges. And this is our buffer tank for these. These are only storing 2 pieces. And what's going to happen is I'm going to go over here and put a bunch of barbecue. Like, we need somebody that's going to... let's look at our duplicates. Let's look at... who do we add? Where are you at? Vitals, Freya. Let's go to your skills. Freya, what are you doing? Yeah, I know you like that, but we're going to make you a cook. Somebody's got to be cooking. Frankie, I think we're going to probably do the same thing with you. Maybe? Yeah, we're going to make both of you guys cooks. So Freya and Frankie, both the Fs. Both the Fs are going to be... You guys are going to have to get... Yeah, you're going to have to get... Frankie, let's put you over here. I guess that's all I have right now. I guess it'll be all right. We don't need a comprehensive schedule. But anyway, yeah, so let's go ahead and get... We already got these farms locked off because we want them focusing over here right now. And what I'll do is I'll probably make this a slightly higher priority. Same thing with this one. And hopefully they'll come over here and kind of get this done. I'm hoping. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and do a little something like this. I'm just going to put some beds down so they have somewhere to sleep. Over here. There we go. That's good enough. If we have morale issues, we can always fix that later. But in the meantime, let's clear the floor. We got too much garbage in here. Not that we need to. We're going to let this run for just a little bit. And see... Oh, how did you get over here? Disable. We're not disabling these. Okay. I just put these in here so we can view what's going on in the ranches at a glance. These are not necessary at all. This is more for a diagnostic tool where we can just hover over and see how many we have in the ranch. I wonder if I can copy that setting. Nope, it doesn't. It doesn't copy the disabled setting. All right, well, it is what it is. I guess we just have to do this a bajillion times. Like I said, these aren't important. These are just here for the diagnostic tool. All right, I think that should be all of them, right? I think it is. Let's see where that one little pesky guy went. Oh, okay, so we need to get rid of you. There we go. Don't know how you got over there, buddy, but you can't stay. And I'm also very annoyed that this tool is not getting smaller. Why are you so big? Nobody asked you to be that big. Sprinkle, 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 sprinkle. Yeah, I don't get it. It shouldn't be that big. Oh, you would think it wouldn't be. But then when you hit this, it's gonna be like, oh, I want you, yeah, you're gonna be that big. All right, there we go. All right, so I think everything should be working a little bit better now. This guy's gonna be making barbecue. It's gonna start putting it into there. Now, in the meantime, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and, actually, you know what? We probably need some stone hatch eggs. We'll do that. Maybe put 1 or 2 of them. Well, yeah, we'll do that. And let's go ahead and grab some barbecue. So we can start getting this thing primed. Now what's going to happen here is this. Let me show you the automation. It's going to bring it through all of the farms. It's going to fill the fridges. Oh, it's going to get confused. Okay, I see. Well, that's unfortunate. That is mucho unfortunate. How can we get rid of that? You can do this. And then add some a conveyor? I mean, I don't like having to do it this way, but... I mean, if it won't continue down... Let's go ahead and do that. It's going to take a lot of barbecue to get this thing spooled up, I believe. But that's okay. I think we're at the point where we can do it a little bit bigger than we were. Back to this, and now we just got to place a bunch of these. I think this is going to sort out our shipping issue here. This is a lot of ranches, guys. This is so many ranches. If this works, it's going to be insane. There we go. Actually, that's a good point. What are we doing here? Why don't I just join this with that? Right? I mean, I guess that's okay. Yeah, I think that'll be okay. You should probably do it in a straight line, though. I think that'd probably be better. Do something like this. Get rid of this. We gotta put that one last bridge in there. Oh, that's not what we wanted. There we go. I think that might work. Actually, we need to do this. Alright, now let's see if this works. We'll go ahead and put some more barbecue down and we'll watch it kind of make its rounds. Oh, I forgot one. Oopsies. How do we miss that? I don't know, but we got it. So your spawner tool. Let's zoom out maybe just a little bit. Looks like they're starting to fill up. A little bit of confusion on some of those rails, especially where they meet, but I think we might be able to take care of that by putting a bridge there. I'm waiting to see some come back on the return line. Once that happens, we know that we've primed the system. Now, obviously, you know, if we build this in an actual playthrough, it'll be primed, you know, a couple of farms at a time. So this huge undertaking to prime the system is not going to be something that we're normally going to do. We just want to see if this can scale. I mean, and we still got like a lot. We still have so many farms. So we're starting to get down to 8. I see 8 starting to get food. Actually, I should probably move this over so you guys can see, huh? That might help. It's hard to see. There we go. Now we have some returning. It should stop loading that at some point. It may not, because these farms are gonna... These guys are all very, very hungry. They're eating a lot. I think... Nope, they're still eating. Ooh. Actually, maybe we should see what kind of a signal... Okay, now all the farms are full. You see the overwhelming red signal? Actually, wait. Why is it doing that? We shouldn't... No, we don't want it to load. No. I think what we need to do is this. Not that. Yeah, I think that's the play. Now, if any of these farms need barbecue, any of them whatsoever, they're all primed now. If any of these need barbecue, they're going to turn this wire green, and it's going to ask for more circulation. And while it's not circulating, all of that should come back up here and maybe go to the... Well, actually, wait. We're probably going to want to do something like this. This one will be able to access the fridge to put all that meat back in there, but this one won't. This is obviously But I mean, it might be a temporary fix. This kitchen isn't the final design. This is just a mock kitchen. A mock kitchen. It's a mock kitchen for now. Yeah. There we go. Up, there you go. It asked for some meat. It's gonna go ahead and put some up there. It's gonna start sending it through. It's probably gonna ask for too much. That's fine, and that's fine. There it goes. It turned it off, and we'll just let this run for a little bit. Now, what I do want to do is I want to put a stone in here. Stones, stone, and we want 8. Okay, and we're gonna disable the building, obviously. Disable, and we need to pretty much copy these. And also add stone eggs. Same thing with these, I think. I guess we should probably do stone, right? S-T-O-N. Yeah, anyway. That's fine. We want to make sure this one's set up that way correctly. Then we're going to want to basically copy these. Set this very, very last one up. Let's go all none. Let's do igneous. We don't have any igneous rock? You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. Clear floor. Oh, we got the one tile again. Hallelujah. Let's go. We'll turn this off. We'll do all none. And then we'll sweep again. And maybe mop as well. How do we mop? There we go. All right, let's put some igneous rock out here, and then we'll get these guys going. Element, igneous. Come on, give it to me. We'll do 10,000. And then we'll obviously need to make sure that we do this at like 300 degrees so it's not freezing. And then I'll just zoop a bunch in like so. See if this is gonna auto. Okay, yeah, that's exactly what we wanted. All right, and we'll do igneous over here. And then I am going to need a receptacle. Or, yeah, concepticle. We need a receptacle. All right, let's go with this. And now like I said, if you look at the document that I posted on the Discord, we should only need 2. We should really only need 2. Oh, is that out of range for that? Oh, yeah, it is. That's unfortunate. Let's clear that off then. Clear floor. Boom. All right, yeah, cool. And... yeah, okay. All right, so we should have 8 in here now. Okay, we do. This should be igneous. Let's get rid of everything that's in here, and we'll put igneous, right? And we'll just let it store as much as it wants. Oh, actually, maybe we have a priority issue here, or do we not have power? We have power. What's our priorities? Okay. Igneous rock. What's in here? Deconstruct. Oh, okay, I see. Deconstruct. And then... that should get all of that crap that we had in there out. Okay, there we go. There we go. That's what we were looking for. Okay, so now we have these guys operating. Now, I'm probably going to cut this off from over here. That way we don't have any contamination of our experiment. So I think what we'll do is get all these guys over here. Let the rest of this stuff kind of cook. Matter of fact, I think what we can do is just cut this off right here. All right, you know what we'll do? We should probably make... well, okay, they have this. They need a bathroom as well. We should probably make them a bathroom, right? Maybe a nature preserve, something like... I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how their morale does. I don't think we necessarily need to do that, but we can make them a bathroom, like so. Maybe give them a ladder and a fire pole. Yeah, we'll do that. Get down here. Don't want them falling off the edge. Do that. And then, actually, we'll put the bathroom here. Like so. Actually, we should probably do that one back, huh? And like I said, I'm just doing this so they have... so we can separate our experiment from the rest of what's going on. What am I looking at? Oh, toilet. I'm trying to find a toilet. And then maybe one shower? Yeah, why not? Then we're obviously going to need to put some water on this. Let's see. We need the aqua. Put that here. And then I'm probably just going to do this. Yeah, just let that stuff drain down wherever it's going to go. And we'll just set this to water. There we go. Where are we at in our playlist? Not sure if this is on the approved list, guys. I think we should probably go to this playlist. There we go. It's going to start quiet, but we're going to go. All right, so they got all that. Now we can go ahead and pretty much disconnect this from over there. Let's get these guys over here first. I really don't care about what's going on over here, at least not right now. Clear selection. Get rid of that. Let's get rid of this. I need you over here, guys. Let's come over here. There we go. Actually, you know what? Let me make them a little something over here as well, just to keep them happy. And okay, I think we got everybody over here that we want. So let's go ahead and do that. We don't want them leaving, at least not right now. And then we'll make them a little teeny tiny great hall just so they stay happy. Oh, I think that's over here, isn't it? No. Stations, utilities. That was under furniture. Why do I not see the thing? Oh, there it is. There. And a couple mess tables. There we go. And we'll just put something in this. I don't know. What do we have? But yeah, I think they should be okay over here now. So that gives us a couple of people over here dedicated to what we got going on. I think there's a couple other guys over here. They'll kind of do their thing. Frankie? Is that Frankie? I think it is. Actually, no, I don't want to do that. Honestly, if we want to add somebody to the colony, we'll just add another duplicant. That's what'll be fine. That's what'll be fine. We can actually do that right now. Oh, we got another Frankie. What do you know? Skills? Oh, I got you trapped there, didn't I, bud? Well, let's get you untrapped, huh? Do that. You should be able to get down now. There you go, buddy. Now they should be able to get up there as well. There we go. That works. What are you doing? Ah, I see. Really don't want you guys in here doing that, but it'll be alright. They'll kind of start sorting that out as they go. All of this will fill up. We'll have all of this going. Hopefully we'll start making some progress. I think we will. Oh. Forgot to set some of these up, didn't we? Copy and paste. All right. Yeah, I'm actually gonna be really ambitious. I'm probably gonna build something like this in the Stinger Let's Play. That's the goal, is to build something this big. Hello and welcome to the stream. Today we're working on the Hatch Ranch. We've already updated the Hatch Ranch. I'm gonna be starting to work on that tutorial, hopefully the beginning of the month. In the meantime, we do have the overlays updated on the Discord. You can get to that with !workshop. Right now, we're working on a strategy for Stinger's Playground. He's hosting a competition, and the prizes are the plushies that are no longer available, at least through official mediums. And those are the prizes. So he's doing a pip-off and a hatch-off. And I'm going to be participating in the hatch-off. I've already started playing. It's over on the Archive YouTube channel. And right now, we're trying to figure out how we can scale this to an absurd level, feeding them their own barbecue. So we've already worked up the numbers. I posted a document on the Discord in the engineering channel on all the numbers and how that works out. And now we're actually trying to apply that and see if reality agrees with our hypothetical numbers. So far what we've done is we have Yeah, I know, this is a lot. Essentially, these are all the same. So all this complexity, you can kind of just see this as the automation for the incubation room above and the replenishment for the hatch ranches. The new addition that we're looking at is this one right here. This comes off of the refrigerator right here. The refrigerator we have set to a maximum of 4 kilograms because 1 kilogram of barbecue is 4,000 kilocalories. So right now it's storing 16,000 kilocalories. These are storing 2. And the reason why we're doing this is because we want to keep barbecue nearby for the hatches, but at the same time, we don't want, this is something I dropped in here, so don't mind that. Or maybe this thing dropped it, I'm not sure. How many do we have in here? I'm not sure. We may end up wasting a little bit of barbecue here, I'm not sure, but that's what we've done. We've isolated this so none of these guys can leave. This farm is completely on its own. We primed the system with plenty of barbecue by spawning it in, but now that it's spawned in, we are going to let the system run and see what happens. So right now, the way this works is each of these hatches produces enough meat when it dies, or let's say with the eggs. If an egg hatches every 6 cycles, that one egg can be turned into 4,000 kilocalories of barbecue. That's 4,000 kilocalories of barbecue every 6 cycles. And the hatches need about 700 kilocalories per cycle of it to eat. So it works out to almost be a perfect resource loop, like a closed loop. However, they need just a little bit more calories to get them over the hump, and that's what we're doing with these stone hatches up here. So essentially, outside of the power and the duplicate labor, the resources for this farm should sustain themselves, other than what you're feeding the hatches and whatever you're using to produce power. That's the theoretical. Now we're getting to the practical. We're trying to see if this is going to actually work. So we have this filled. We have this filled. Everything is set up. All the tedious work has been done in all of these ranch stacks. We have 8 ranch stacks. That's 8 times 3. Actually, you know what? That's actually too many. I'm sorry. It was supposed to be 4. Let me get rid of this. Oh my. I actually made a big oopsie. Let's go ahead and do that. I think this is way too many. I just realized I did double what I should have done. I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's see. Let's delete. Destroy. I'm gonna go all the way through 4. I don't know if I should do that. I should probably do this. Like that. Yeah, okay. That'll be good. And then we'll do this. Yeah, because 4 times 3 is 12. We have 12 ranch stacks. That's what we're going for. I don't know why I did 8. That's 8 times 3. That's a lot more than 12. But yeah, so this should be good. We're just gonna have to make sure that we're gonna have to check the shipping. Exactly. That's exactly what I thought would happen. But it's not even that big of a deal because most of it is still intact. And I think all the rest of this stuff other than that is gonna be all right. We don't need that. We do need this. We are going to need to put one more of these in here, not gates, so we can monitor this ranch as well. And that should do it. Okay, there we go. I think that's going to fix what we had going on there. So we should... Oh, why do we have 9 in here again? That's not right. Remove. Of course, you're going to give me the big tool again, right? Yeah. Oh, we got a lot of hatches there. Wow. Okay, let's see. 8, 5. What? I must have erased a bunch. There must have been a bunch sitting there, but that's fine. That'll just prove that the colony's working. It has a green signal from the hatch request. It's incubating the eggs. They should be getting an errand. Well, actually, wait. I don't think we set up these... No, we didn't. We didn't set these up correctly. Copy... Oh, I think that's it. Paste. Okay, now these should be operating correctly. These small but important details, everyone. And we can actually just reset it. And go through and reset these one at a time. And just make sure that they don't occur at the same time. That way we can use less stoops. This is incubating. Let's see. Let's reset this. Reset timer. We'll kind of let these guys run for a little bit. We got some barbecue going bad. That's not good, but we'll figure that out as we go. Matter of fact, I think these fridges could probably use less barbecue. Actually, let's make sure that we're doing this correctly. Reset timer. I'm just going to reset these timers while we're kind of working through this. Nah, I don't want to do that. We'll just stay with this for now. Oh, we got a lot of stress. Oh, it's probably the popped eardrums and stuff. Matter of fact, I should probably put something over here for that as well. These guys are going to start getting stressed. We don't want them to be stressed. Matter of fact, I think what I'll do is I'll just put a massage clinic over here for the time being. I think that'll be okay. What is that, under medicine? Yes, it is. Massage. But yeah, so we're just letting this run, and we're going to figure out if this thing is sustainable long term. Let's go down here and look at our timers again. Where are we at? Oh, these are the same. Okay. That one just ended. This one should be starting. Reset timer. How many do we have left? Just one? Who's starving? Who's starving? Oh, I don't... that's not what I wanted. Who's starving? I'm guessing all the barbecue got put onto the line? Is that what you're telling me? No, there's barbecue here. Actually, no, you guys can't eat the barbecue. That's right, I turned it off because we want to see what this is like without them eating the barbecue. So let's just give them a bunch of food. Let's see here, nutrient bar, right? We'll do that. Let me give them a bunch of nutrient bars. I know it says we have a lot of calories, but we don't. we don't. And then I think what we also need to do is fill this with oxygen. Because I think right now what we have is way too much. 2,000... 273, fill, boom. There we go. Now these guys should stop having popped eardrums. It's kind of lame. Wait, what? No, I wanted 2 kilograms. Fill. There we go. Alright, so they'll get over their popped eardrums. In the meantime, they can go get de-stressed. Over here in the, the thing. I think I'll get rid of these and add one more. Just to kind of let them get unstressed real quick. Come on, game. There we go. Maybe that'll give them enough that they won't stay stressed. All right, let's watch this in action and see what happens. I think they should have enough food to stay going now. Should start seeing the stress come back down. I'm not really worried about that too much. I'm more focused on this. Looks like, so far... Alright, these farms are full. That's good. Looks like everybody's having barbecue. Everybody's happy. I'm actually thinking maybe we have too much barbecue in here. I think maybe we should put a little bit less in here. I'm not sure, though. I think we'll see. It's going to take 8 cycles for this to go bad. We should probably do like 2. And then copy these settings all the way down. Just going to reduce it just a little bit. I just don't want a bunch of it sitting here. That's all. And the other problem is that these guys will eat out of this. So that's a bit of a problem, too. Is this requesting barbecue now? Oh, yeah, it is. Okay, cool. So the system's working. This is the request line. Tell us what your favorite song is. Thank you for calling the request line. So yeah, so the reason why we did these double NOT gates, well, it's not a double NOT gates, but it's 2 NOT gates on either side, is because we want this to be closed, but if we use the output from this and multiplexed it with all of these together, it would override the red signal. So there's 2 ways that I thought of, at least, that you could solve that problem. The first was the one that I did. The second one was to actually use OR gates. And I honestly feel like that's the only use for an OR gate in this game, is when you're trying to prevent signal feedback. Otherwise, you can just hook 2 wires together, because it's essentially the same as an OR. If one is a green, the overwhelming signal is going to be your green. So yeah, This is actually working pretty nicely so far. We could even more compact this even more by putting 2 on this side and 2 on that side, like doing these flipped. So we might actually do that in the Let's Play, is make like, you know, a mine shaft or whatever you want to call it, and then do 2 on this side, 2 on that side. Or we can just do it in the stack like this. This is actually kind of nice too. It's a little bit tall, but other than that, it's not bad. But what we can do is we can kind of let that run for now and see what happens. I'm very interested to see what the output looks like. I hate that I wasted all that time making 4 more of those. We aren't even using them. I honestly think maybe we could take this and copy it into a new world and just do a fresh test. But I don't think we need to do that. I think this will be okay. All right. Stress is coming down. That's good. No more popped eardrums. Who's starving? Yeah, those start. Yeah, I don't care. We'll let them start. Probably sweep this out while we're hanging out. Ah, why is that so big? There we go. Hey, Redneck, how's it going? Hey, you can't see this. You can't see what I'm doing here, man. You're cheating. You're cheating. You can't see what I'm doing for the contest. Welcome to the stream, Redneck. What we're working on right now is we are working on feeding these lovely hatches their own beautiful cells back to them. We got a little bit of rot going on here, but we just primed the system. What we're doing is we calculated that these guys almost produce enough barbecue to sustain themselves. So they have just a slight calorie deficit. So we crunched the numbers. I actually have the document on our Discord channel, and we're gonna supplement what they need with these stone hatches right here. And the beautiful part about this whole stack, and yes, it is very big and very beautiful, it is 12 full ranches plus 1 ranch of stone hatches. And basically this will be pretty much self-sustaining other than the power and whatever you feed these guys, which I'm currently feeding them igneous rock. So, oh, and obviously the duplicate labor. But I was also theorizing that if you really wanted to... Oh, Redneck said, I'm disqualified from the contest anyway since I helped finding the seed and probably gonna hold a seat at the table to judge honorable mentions. Okay, well, I'm serious about my entry. We'll see if I can actually do this. Like I said, Wednesdays are testing days where we come into creative and we just kind of test different designs. We try to see what we can figure out, what we can actually make stick rather than trying to figure it out in the Let's Play. And I was actually just thinking about this earlier today, and I was like, wait a minute. Clay says that they'll eat their own barbecue? And then I started crunching the numbers, and it blew me away. It's almost a perfect resource chain. I can actually show you on the document. Let me pull the document up real quick. Application capture. Yeah, so this is our document right here that I came up with today, I wrote today. So this is the proposed numbers that we're looking at. And the way this works out is... Actually, I can bring you guys to the top right here. So average barbecue production, 4,000 kilocalories from 1 egg, and the egg takes 6 cycles. That's roughly 666 kilocalories per cycle. From 1 egg, from 1 hatch. That's almost enough to feed him, because their requirement is 700 kilocalories. So there's not much of a deficit. Literally, right here's the deficit. This is on our per ranch basis. So there's literally only about 266 calorie deficit. And we're gonna make that up with the stone hatches, roughly about 2.5. So, yeah, we're we're working towards that right now. Actually, I think I might have got that number wrong. Ratio 2.5 full regular hatch ranches per stone. Okay, yeah. Okay, I see it. So what I'm doing is 2.5. There's 3, so I'm just doing two hatches, 2 stone hatches, which will give us this many calories, which will give us a 533 calorie buffer between the 2 for any type of inefficiencies in the resource cycle. But what we did here was we got clever. I'm trying to use the fridges. The fridges actually have an output signal, and we just set it to barbecue 2 kilograms, which should be 2 stacked or 2 400. Well, that's what, 8,000 kilocalories of barbecue. And we set this up on a priority to where it'll drop this here. And when this is full, and this is full, it'll close this off, and it will recycle all of that barbecue back to the kitchen. And here is the request line. When this is green, this will be enabled and it'll send barbecue. And once all these ranchers are full, you'll see it probably momentarily go red, and then it'll stop sending barbecue. So I don't know how this is going to work out long term. I was actually thinking about putting these farms beside each other, left and right. That way we could shorten the path that all of this barbecue has to return on. And we could probably optimize at least the design a little bit. But anyway, that's kind of what we're working with here. Let me get back over to the tab. It's crazy. Redneck says, I like that. Never thought it would be that close to self-sustaining. I didn't either. When I saw that, I was like, wait a minute, Clay. There's got to be a catch. There's got to be a catch. And I think that managing it without letting it all rot, I think that's going to be the trick. So, but yeah, right now I'm trying to do the research on these strategies, like just trying to find the best strategy to sustain as many hatches as possible indefinitely. So, but yeah, I appreciate you stopping by. Dang, I'm starting to get streamers in my stream. What's up with that? But yeah, we're just chilling. We're listening to lo-fi music, just hanging out. That's usually what we do on Wednesdays. I've put all these duplicates over here. I can actually show you some of the other projects we have going since you're here, Redneck. This is a little bit of a starter tank that we've been working on. Actually, oh, nice.
Redneck 353 has joined the colony.
Thanks. Thanks for the follow, man. I appreciate that. But yeah, so this is the starter beacon tank that I've been working on. It has one extra starnacle. We don't need it. I did it just to kind of feed these guys, but really the only input that you need for this as well is, you know, the coquina to feed the starnacle, and then the salt water to feed these guys. And these guys are more than happy to fertilize these with the lime from the starnacle, or the, what is it? Yeah, lime. Yeah, I think it is. But anyway, I was also looking at this. I was also looking at the fact that you can use a farm station inside of your clam palm farms, and it will literally double the growth speed of them. So it's like 8 cycles domesticated, but once they have the fertilization, which some of these guys do. Actually, let me see if no, I think I've cut all the duplicates off from this. But when you have it, it literally doubles it. So it goes from 32 wild to 8 domesticated to 4 with the farmer's touch, which is insane. And then here's our bigger tank that we've been working on. We've been optimizing this for a while. Me and Rogax, one of our viewers, we've been optimizing this for a while over on the Discord. We went through a couple iterations. I've just started playing with these guys. I don't really know much about them. We made a little tank in the final closing of one of our streams just to kind of start playing with them. But this right here, there you go. See, look at this. He's gonna get this thing going, and look at this. Look at this. So 8 cycles, but you look at the farmer's touch, growth speed 100%. It literally doubles the speed, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, you see how we kind of set this up. I got this on the side, and they're kind of doing this. So I was trying to actually think of a good way to really ramp up the clam palm production as quickly as possible. And this is the best thing, because sometimes when you just get a bad seed for the aquatic, it's just like, oh my god. You know what I mean? It's like you're basically gated behind the pearls to kind of get things, you know, kicked off, especially if you're trying to go for the hydroponic carb tiles. Redneck said, too bad mamikas and grub grubs can't swim. Yeah, I actually haven't done much with them either. He also said, consider letting it rot and make sage hatch. Actually, they'll eat rotten. Actually, I didn't even think of that. That's actually a good point. We could check that out. I'll come back over here and maybe go to the database. What do we have? Sage hatch? Yeah, I got my caps lock on. You see me? Will they eat rot? They will, won't they? Let's see. So many foods, so many choices. I mean, they definitely eat a lot of different things. Let's see. It's probably gonna be all the way at the bottom, right? You know it. Oh, come on, man. They'll eat barbecue as well. Same amount. That actually might be a better idea, because if they'll eat rot, then they'll eat their own crap, their own stuff. Wow. I'm not seeing it. Did I miss it? Let's go here. Let's go to rot. Maybe we can find... Actually, rotten. How would we... Rotten, am I doing this wrong? Actually, let me go ahead and I'm gonna tab out real quick and check the database online. Ani Wiki? Maybe I'm just spelling rot pile. Okay, that's what rot pile. No? Okay, well, I'm just gonna look at it on the wiki real quick and see what we can do with it. Not sure about rot, but they will eat polluted dirt. Okay, I think you're right about that. I think that's the thing. Okay, so it turns into polluted dirt. Okay, they will eat polluted dirt, I believe. Let's see here, polluted dirt, polluted dirt. See if we can follow this back through the resource chain. Okay, yeah, they will. So they'll eat 140 kilograms of that per cycle, which actually could be interesting because you know what? That's a really good idea, Redneck. Maybe I should go for the sage hatches, but that is going to take a little bit of metal to set up, right? Because the sages, you have to feed them ores, or at least the hatches, the regular hatches, to get them to produce the sage eggs, right? There's also an achievement for that, right? Isn't it down the hatch? You got to get them to eat like 10,000 kilograms or 10 tons of metal. Refine it anyway. But that's interesting. That is very interesting because that right there would take care of any of the rot that comes in here as well. So yeah, that's actually really good. That's insane. That is absolutely insane. So they'll eat that. They'll eat, let's see here, polluted dirt, polluted mud. I mean, the polluted dirt's the important part. And then they'll also eat the meat. I think they'll eat barbecue as well. Oh my goodness. So many foods. So many foods. There it is, barbecue. Okay, so it's 700 as well. Yep, cool. That's actually a good idea. That's actually a really, really good idea. Matter of fact, you know what we could do? We could just switch one of these over. Oh, we even have an egg. Look at that. We even have an egg. Let's go sage egg. I don't have all these completely set up correctly. We kind of hastily set this up. But I still think this is going to work. I still think this is going to work long term. Right now, I think what we'll do is we'll just stick with the regular hatches because we know that they'll eat that as well. But I think in the actual Let's Play implementation, we might try to go for sage hatches. Because I believe there's a lot of metal volcanoes nearby too. And I'm actually... Okay, Redneck said, nope, feed them dirt, it's smooth. You feed ores to stones. Oh, okay. Are you sure about that? I could have sworn you fed sedimentary rock to regular hatches to get the stone hatch variation, right? I'm gonna have to do some research on that. I could have sworn that's what it was. But either way, we'll do whatever we have to do to get the sage hatches when we actually do the implementation in the Let's Play. Right now, I just kind of want to see where we're at here. I'm not sure that we're gonna have enough barbecue to, oh, nope, we already ran out of barbecue. What's going on here? Oh, okay, I know what's going on. This is still spooling up. They're not producing eggs at maximum capacity right now. What is this off for? What's going on here? This is not okay. Hatch eggs. Let's make sure we got all the eggs that we need selected. And then I think we got the eggshell. We should have the barbecue, or no, the meat rather. And then I'll have to drag this across all of these again. Okay, I think that's good. What else do we need? And coal. C-O-A-L. Yep, okay, got that. So, oh, we don't want that disabled. Enable building. And then I'm gonna have to copy these all the way down again, right? Yeah, it'll be okay. Not too bad. Boom, there we go. That should kind of fix that. Yeah, okay. Matter of fact, yeah, that'll be okay. That'll be okay. So no, we do need to get some more barbecue going through the system. Like I said, we implemented this all at once, so we have like a huge winding up process that we didn't really allow to happen. Meaning that, you know, we'd start maybe with one hatch ranch, and that would start kind of spooling up and producing eggs that would kind of sit over here. And at some point, you know, after they started to self-incubate, then we would actually have, you know, capacity, like at least steady capacity. So in the meantime, I think what we'll do is we'll just spawn a bunch of barbecue. I mean, you know, that's why we're in creative, guys. And what you'll notice, and you can actually see this in action, Redneck, if you're still here, you'll be able to see this system in action. We did this a little bit ago, but now you'll get to see it again. Actually, we should probably do this. Yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. See if we can get to the side here where you guys can see. Yeah, there we go. Anyway, like I said, this is something that's going to take some time to spool up, and obviously in a playthrough, you're not going to have 12 ranches instantly. Redneck says yes, and then feed ores to the stone hatches to get the smooth ones. Sages only need to feed dirt to the basic. Ah, okay. Wish I could just like spawn like a million pieces of barbecue right now. That way I didn't have to sit here and spam a button. I feel like I'm playing like, you know, the old school like Final Fantasy game where you gotta just hit the button as fast as you can to get your special as high as you can. This should start. Okay, these are full. You can tell they're full. We're still trying to get these guys. These guys are hungry boys. It'll stabilize after they get fed. It just takes a lot to get this stabilized. And again, you know, we didn't give it the proper spool up. I can't overstate that enough. Is that this thing kind of has to wind up over the course of several cycles. This is a lot. Yeah, Spam Simulator 2026. I know, right? I'm actually waiting for it to recirculate. Once it starts coming back up on this line, we know that the farms are becoming full again. Now, obviously, it's not going to stay that way because we don't have a steady supply of eggs that are being evolved into barbecue, but that's what we're kind of waiting on. And we might even start working on this slow-go logic as well. I have that set up. We could come back to this. I just didn't want to make that the main event today because first off, I'm solely focused on this playthrough for the contest. And also, we've had a lot of trouble with trying to implement this logic. Like, it's just been an absolute nightmare. These guys don't want to cooperate. They move slow, so you need delays. And I'm trying to work out a way to separate them because they won't hop up in here like they do in these other ranches. Like, in these guys, once they grow up, they don't pop out till they grow up. And then once they're grown up, they can hop up here. You know what I mean? And get into this. And the fact that these doors aren't nested within each other makes the logic complexity way easier. I think when I first started to approach this one over here, I think that was what really got me is that this door was up here and now it's on the other side of this door. So now that there's different cases, there's different states for this machine than there is for this machine right here. Because you still have two rooms, but they could be inside this door or this door. You know what I mean? And how do you account for that in the logic? And so the first couple of iterations that we did, yeah, it just didn't go very well. So we're kind of put this one on pause. It's on the back burner. I've actually I've redone the logic here, and I have posted a document to the Discord. I just haven't got to the actual implementation yet. But anyway, back to the Spam Clicker 2026. Let me see here. Let's see if we've primed the system. Back to the Spam Clicker. Looks like a lot of them are closed. I actually think we might be almost there. Actually, we might be there. Let's look at the signal. No, it's still green. So we still got a couple that are needing barbecue. We'll see once it gets down here. It's going to take a little bit. These little junctions right here kind of have a little bit of a hiccup, but I'm not too worried about those. We could add another bridge in just to make sure that it knows exactly what direction we want it to go. But I think that it's kind of unnecessary. It does a little momentary, where do I go? And then it goes, oh yeah, I go down. I think we might be there. Almost. Oh, these guys at the bottom are still hungry boys. There we go. The ranch stack turned off momentarily. I saw it. Or maybe I'm crazy. Maybe not. Okay, so this is a red signal. This one's still... Okay, there it goes. Now the ranches are full. It just turned this off. When it turns it off, it won't circulate any more barbecue. And then whatever's coming back will just come back. And this is a really big loop. I don't like this barbecue sitting on this line this long. I mean, honestly, we could probably count how long it takes. Actually, that's a good idea. We should definitely do that. Let's get ourselves a timer sensor. Oops, not wrangle. I wanted B, not in. So what we'll do is I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna go 1 second and then... Actually, let's do 600. And what I'm gonna do is, as soon as this... I mean, I could set up a circuit, but I'm not going to. What we'll do is whenever it starts circulating a piece... Alright, there we go. We're gonna watch that piece go around. I'm just gonna kind of assume that if it was to keep going... Actually, wait. We should probably just spam the line until something comes through. We could see how long this takes as well. Keep spamming. I think that's gonna be the play. Spam clicker! 1 million calories in barbecue. It's like, who needs this much barbecue? The answer? 96 hatches. Alright, let's see what we have going here. Pause it. I'm gonna start a counter, because I have a feeling that some of these may come back. Reset timer. And we'll just watch. Hopefully one of those pieces won't need to be... Obviously, it's kind of hard to track one item, but now we can. We'll track this one right here. What I'm doing here is I'm just trying to see how long a piece of barbecue would be circulating on the rail. It's not necessarily something we absolutely need to know, but it's kind of nice. That way we know how long this barbecue is getting exposed. And there it goes. 167 seconds. Wow, okay. That's a long time. Let's see if we get our calculator. I'm gonna do 167 divided by 600. That's a quarter of a cycle it spins on the rail. A little bit over a quarter cycle. It's 0.278. So I guess that's not the end of the world. It is a quarter of a cycle, and I believe barbecue spoils in 4 cycles. So there is that. I'm actually thinking that with your suggestion on the sages, when this stuff goes bad and turns into polluted dirt, it'll be all right. It can stay in the farm because these guys will eat it. The only problem is I think that it reduces the amount of calories. Actually, that's something we should probably look at. Let's look at barbecue. I wonder if it's going to show when barbecue turns into rot. No, it doesn't. Okay. May have to look that up online. Rot pile. No, it's not in there. I don't know. I may have to go out for that one. Let's see, a rot pile. I'm going to read this off the Ricky. Rot pile will break down into polluted dirt after 1 cycle at a 1-to-1 ratio. So, the question becomes, when barbecue rots, how much does it give you? So I'm seeing rot pile is leftover expired food that will convert into polluted dirt after 1 cycle. It does not release polluted oxygen until it finishes decaying into polluted dirt. When food reaches 0% freshness, it turns into a rot pile. The size of the rot pile produced is based off mass, not calories. For example, 1 kilogram of raw egg has 1,600 kilocalories in it, whereas okay, yeah, well, they're talking about energy density there. Both foods, I'm looking at another tab here. I'm looking at the wiki. I may actually be able to share that with you. Let me see if I can do that. I can. There it is. There it is. Anyways. So, when food reaches 0% freshness, it turns into a rot pile. The size of the rot pile produced based on its mass. We were just talking about that. Okay, so both foods will decay into 1 kilogram rot pile when 1 kilogram of polluted dirt. Then okay. Okay. So essentially, it really, really downsizes our energy density. Like, it really reduces it. So 4,000 kilocalories literally turns into 1 kilogram of rot pile, which turns into 1 kilogram of dirt, which is honestly negligible in this setup. I mean, because I think the sage hatches, if they do eat polluted dirt, it's 140 kilograms. So you'd have to have 140 rot piles turn into polluted dirt for that to even be usable. So honestly, I don't know if that's even worth investigating, at least not right now. Unless there's something I'm missing. I'm definitely open to that if you guys see something that I'm missing here. Oops, that's not the tab I wanted to be on. Showing you guys behind the curtain. Oops. But yeah. So I guess we'll just kind of keep going with this. I'm going to try to keep this thing full of barbecue for right now. I mean, these guys seem like they're fairly okay. There you go. That stuff continues on. I think most of these are probably kind of full. Yeah, they're full, which is good. I mean, in all honesty, we could probably do something like this. No, I don't want that. I wanted the wires. Come on, man. I want the wire. There we go. And we'll just copy this. I think we're only putting barbecue in here. We'll just copy those settings across. There we go. Redneck said, at that point, might as well feed the rot to the sandy shell. They are way better at converting it into food than toss that to the hatches. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree. That's definitely something we could sort out. I think what I'd do is just add the rot piles to this sweeper right here. Or not the rot piles, but maybe the polluted dirt. Polluted dirt like that. That way it'll put it in here and send it somewhere else. And we could obviously, and all that's just gonna go back to the kitchen actually for right now. It's gonna come up here. Actually, no, wait. Let's copy these settings. Copy it all the way down. And then we're gonna have to update. We're gonna have to update these as well to have polluted dirt. Polluted dirt. And then, where am I at? Copy all the way down. And that should fix it. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Okay, polluted dirt's coming out. It's gonna cycle through as well. We could sort that out with a solid filter, or we could put it on its own line, send it wherever we want if we want to feed it to somebody else. Right now, I'm just gonna evacuate it from the farm. As a matter of fact, we could just leave it in here because this has water in here, and that way it wouldn't off gas, but we'll let it come back over here. Why is everybody on the same schedule? Come on, guys. Okay, we only have more than 2. No, Frankie, you can't be there. Frankie, what are you doing, my guy? Let's go to you to second schedule. We can't have more than 2 people on a schedule. Let's see how we're doing. This is honestly like probably not just for this, but this is an absolutely insane stress test for this ranch stack too. We have not 1 of them, not 2 of them, not 3 of them, but we have 4 ranch stacks all running at the same time. So it's going to be interesting to see how these things stay. How did this one get 9? I wonder if we're still having issues with the critter sensor below. Yeah, we want it below 8. I'm not sure why we got another guy in here. Let's get rid of him. Ah, come on. Why are you gonna give me that big old brush? All right, one of you needs to go. There we go. We can't be having 9 critters in a ranch, which seems like that's happening consistently on the bottom, so maybe I have a setting wrong? Oh yeah, it's supposed to be below. Below 8. What am I doing? What am I do? No. Wait a minute. That's the wrong one. Below. Wait a minute. What am I doing? Let me see here. Critter sensor. That's not right. That is not the right setting. It's supposed to be... There's a rot pile. Above 7. Yeah, that's supposed to be the setting. So all of these that have a door over top of, underneath of them should be at above 7. I think that's why it's... The problem is that when you paste these ranches from from the dev tool over here, none of the settings are there. None of the conveyor loaders, none of the settings are on there. Redneck said, I like this ranch stack. Quite sure I took that from you on YouTube at some point. It's all good. I mean, we're all... That's like the most, how do I say this? That's the greatest compliment someone can pay me. Is to use my builds. Or even make them better. That's even better. I love seeing people make my builds better because I don't know everything. And, you know, knowledge shared is knowledge is power. I can't remember the saying. Knowledge shared is knowledge multiplied, something like that. I don't remember. But yeah, when you paste these, none of the settings are in there. So I literally had to go back through and like connect all of the ribbons and set all of these. These settings weren't saved, so I had to go through and do that for everyone. Critter sensors, everything. So that's probably why we're having a couple of hiccups, is because there was a couple things that weren't quite, might have been missed on the first go around. But that's what we put these in here for. Not because we're going to use them, just because we can kind of at a glance diagnose what's going on with our ranches. This should sort itself out now. Actually, wait. See, below 8, we're going to copy that. We should have that on all of our bottom ones. There we go. 8, 8, 8. We got 9 in this one, but we can take care of that. Let's go ahead and get rid of this guy. Clear floor. Yes. 8, 8, 8. Yep, okay, good. We're good. All of these ranch stacks are working now. Or should be. We'll see. We will see. But yeah, okay, so we're not spooled up yet. They're starting to kind of get behind on barbecue again. It's gonna be interesting to see how this works long term. Okay. Actually, I take that back. We do have... Oh, this is a problem. We don't want the polluted dirt getting back onto this line. Oh, that is a problem. That is definitely a problem. Okay, I know how we're gonna fix this. We'll just do this. I have a feeling that there's gonna be a weird thing with these again. If I had to guess, yeah, I think there is. Let's see if we can overcome this. This should be okay. Yeah, okay. Now let's go ahead and grab one of these. And what I want to do is just bridge over top of this, like so. And I'm gonna have to come back and cut these off because I don't want that polluted. What's happening is that polluted dirt's coming through here. And if any of these chutes are open, it's just dumping the polluted dirt back into the farm, which is just gonna make it circle back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And we don't want that. We definitely don't want that. So let's go ahead and snip all of these guys. We gonna snip them. Yeah, we don't want it circulating back into the farm. We want it to circulate back out to here. That was a hasty patch job on my part. Did we get that? I think we did. This might be a bit of a problem, so what we can do is we'll just put this here, just so it don't get confused. Actually, let's do this first. Yep, okay, there we go. Now that should work. Now everything should actually work flawlessly. There should be no hiccups on the rails, nothing. Everything should just kind of go where it's supposed to go. And that way we're not junking up our rail with non-barbecue stuff anyway. It creates a little bit of inefficiency, especially if a farm needs a barbecue and we're weaving polluted dirt onto the rail with what we're trying to supply the ranches with. But yeah, very nice, very nice. I think this is gonna work out pretty nice. Again, like I said, we're still waiting on, what are you guys? Oh, I see what they're doing. They are putting the barbecue from here to there. No, we can't have that. Let's do, how can we do this? We'll do this on a 1 as well. That way, yeah, the 1, because that'll pretty much exclude dupes from doing it unless they're absolutely bored. And it shouldn't interfere with anything else because these are separate priority systems. This is gonna prioritize the loader over the fridges, and the barbecue won't go back into the grill, so we don't have to worry about it going anywhere other than here or here. I think that should fix the priority mismatch we had there. Yeah, think, wow, we made some really good progress, guys. I'm actually very happy with this. I'm sitting here looking at the time, and it's about 8:30, and I'm like, yeah, I think we're actually at a spot where we could call this possible. I'm not gonna say perfect, but I'll say possible. This is possible. The only thing we've yet to see is once it spools off, if it can self-sustain itself. That's really where the secret sauce is gonna be, I think. It's gonna be the big payoff. All right, more barbecue, I guess. These guys are hungry. Let's get back to the click spammer. Get us a bunch of barbecue going, so these guys have plenty to fill the farms. It'll be interesting to see how this works as it spools up. I mean, even that is theoretical right now. I mean, the wind-up is going to take some time. It usually does, because I've done the carnivore achievement quite a few times, and I'm not going to say I'm the best at it. I know that there's ways you can kind of glitch the game. Like, you can get a binge-eating dupe and stress them out and just make a ton of barbecue, and you can hit carnivore insanely fast. But therein lies the caveat. You got to create the barbecue. And you could speed run it, but I like to go for the long term. I like to keep the hatches around for a while, or at least I have in the past. All right, we got plenty of barbecue now. It's even laying on the floor. All the ranches are full. See that solid red? They're like, nah, man, I'm good. Yeah, it's all full. I don't even know if we're gonna have anything circulating right now. Nope. Redneck says, did you consider the barbecue you'd get from the pips into the thing also? No, I'm not. I decided once I entered this contest that I was going to do straight hatch ranching, because that's something that I'm familiar with. It's honestly kind of something I'm somewhat known for on YouTube. So yeah, that was what. Oh, are we running out of nutrient bars? I think these guys over here are probably starving. I really don't care about them, but we'll feed them. Let's give them some barbecue. Well, no, we're not going to give them barbecue. I'm just going to give them some nutrient bars. It has no nutrients. The eagle eggs don't give me eagle powers. Nacho Libre, anyone? All right, you got plenty. Stop complaining. And these guys should have plenty too. I never put something in here. Oops. I don't think they need it. It's still a mess hall, right? Yeah, it is. It's just not a great hall. If I planted something, it'd be a great haul. But yeah, no, I wasn't gonna do the pips. I wasn't gonna do the pips at all. I was just gonna do the hatches, because it kind of gave me a bit of multi-purpose. You know, first off, we actually just fixed the hatch ranch because it broke in one of the quality of life updates. The mechanized door, they just wouldn't go into it anymore. I had to swap it out with a pneumatic door. But more importantly, some of the logic had to be changed as well, because it was just acting all wonky. But I finally got that sorted out, and that's what we've implemented here. It's a little bit more complicated, like this right here, than it originally was, because this door needs to be closed when they walk in, and then once they closes, it can open. And the knot gates here kind of give us just enough of a delay that everything functions correctly in the right sequence. I'll be honest with you, I think some of it was luck. Getting it right, like at some point we were just patching it, and then it just started working, and I was like, oh my God. That actually might be a deep dive for another day. Just looking at it and trying to figure out what exactly fixed it. You know what I mean? And why. There might be an interesting research topic someday. But yeah, I'm liking this. This is really nice. I can see this scaling out a lot. Actually, can we look at... I want this to get to... you know what? The hard thing is with all this other stuff going on, I don't know if the reports are going to be accurate for what we're trying to do. I'll be honest with you, I've never really gotten deep into the reports, and I'm starting to think that maybe I should. You know what I mean? What is it? Colony summary reports? No, I don't care about any of that. Just show me the colony summary. But yeah, getting into the calorie generation and stuff like that, like... We're not looking at this. I'm wanting to get over here and kind of look at this. I'm not sure how we'd look at this in a way that would be meaningful. I guess if there was no other calorie generation, we could literally look at the raw outputs. But the theoretical should be right, as long as the numbers in the wiki are right. I mean, granted, there's going to be some inefficiencies in getting a lullaby on time, or, you know, maybe a hatch dying right before it laid an egg, or something like that. You know what I mean? Kind of skewing the actual theoretical values a little bit. Well, not them, but there being a difference between the two. That's what I meant. Better be lucky than good, Brightneck says. Right? I'm not sure what you mean by lucky. And I'm not a good player, so I can already tell you that. I'm a crap player. I just don't give up very easy. And I like math. Even though I'm probably not good at that either. Ooh, somebody's having some unpermitted food? What's going on there? You guys should have food. What happened to all this? Oh my god, did they eat it up already? They must have. You guys. You guys. Click simulator. Stop. You guys stop. You should have plenty of food. What are you doing with that food? So yeah. I mean, is there any way to tell how much food you waste? That would be interesting. I would love to see that. Redneck says, being stubborn can overcome a lot. Yeah, you're right. Well, as long as it's in a respectful way, you know. Not stubborn in a rude way, just stubborn in a I won't give up way. Stubborn in a I won't be discouraged way. There's plenty of streamers that are way better than me that have been doing this longer than me, but I don't know. I kind of bring my own flavor to it. We're all learning something. This is how life works. But I'm having fun with it. I hope you guys are too. Yeah, I think I'm going to implement this. I'm definitely going to be implementing this. Actually, you know what? While we're kind of letting this work, maybe we should check our Slogo logic. I'm probably going to have to pull up something, so I'll have to kind of tab out for a minute. I can leave you guys here for a second. Just to kind of watching what's going on here, maybe. There we go. I'm going to have to tab out and find those real quick. Let's see. I have to open up the Discords. Actually should have that file locally, right? I would think I would. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. I'll just download it from the Discord real quick. I think that was transfer logic 1.0. I did the analysis. I'm trying to think if I actually updated this. When did I put this document on the Discord? Yeah, we'll just put it there. All right, let's see what we have here. I think we can go ahead and look at this as well. Let me see if I can get this on the application thingy here. Let's go here and look at the, actually, you know what? Let's take it off. I'm gonna put it here. Ah! No, I don't want that. There we go. There we go. Okay, here's the, is this the FLS for the Slogopedes? I believe so. Yeah, it is. Okay, it is. All right, let me look through this. I'm not sure if this is the updated one. I've had a couple of these documents out, so I'm gonna have to figure out if this is the right one. I have to go through my logic here. Where's my derivative? Okay, there's my derivation. Is this the one? That's the question. I honestly don't have my notebook on me. I wasn't ready for this. Yeah, we'll circle back to this one. I'm not ready to show this right now. We'll probably save it for next week. I think that's what we'll do. We will save that for next week. Cool. Let's see how this is going. Ah, get off of there. Somebody in trouble here? No. Where are we at? How are the farms? They're requesting barbecue. Oh, wow. All the barbecues on the rail right now? It is. We're not quite to being primed yet. I was kind of hoping we'd get there sooner than later. I guess we're just going to have to keep spam clicking. At least for now. Matter of fact, we could probably check how many eggs are in our evolution chambers across our farms, our ranch stacks, to kind of see what we're working with and see how close we are to being spooled up. If we see like a butt ton of eggs, then we know we're on the right track. So let's do that real quick. Oh yeah, we got a butt ton of eggs. Oh yeah, this thing's getting ready to spool up hardcore. Let's go ahead and cycle through some of the eggs. 21, 25. Okay, so we're only at 25%. So this is going to take a lot longer to actually spool up, which is kind of interesting. It's probably going to take... What is this? How quick do these... 5% per cycle? It says 20 cycles? If we're at 20%... Yeah. Numbers, math. It's awesome. It's 20 cycles, right? So if we're at 25, that's only been 5 cycles that those eggs have been in there. So we got about 15 cycles before this thing actually spools up. My calculation is correct. Assuming that the highest egg here is at about 25%. Yeah, see 26. So we'll say average 25. The highest. So we're probably about, yeah, that's how many cycles we are away. 15 cycles. Or so. It's about 5 cycles per quarter. Per 25%. 5% per cycle, right? Or no, wait. Anyways. Yeah. 5% per cycle. But yeah, so this will probably be something I'll probably run at some point a little bit more, just to see if this is actually going to work out. I might just let it run for a while after stream, and then come back and report. It might be the play. But yeah, it looks like we're getting about 840. How are you guys doing? How's everybody doing today? How's your Wednesday? Like I said, mine's pretty good. The weather's pretty warm here. It was a nice day for a walk. I love getting outside and touching grass. Yeah, I'd call this a successful experiment. I really wasn't sure if we were going to be able to implement this in a meaningful way. When I first started thinking about it, I was thinking, okay, how are we going to put barbecue into the ranch in a way that it's not going to rot? You know what I mean? And how are we going to control how much it goes into the ranch? And as soon as I got in game and discovered that these refrigerators had an output, I was like, oh, I already know how this is going to go. I already know exactly how I'm going to lay this out. And I'm glad it actually worked. I mean, I didn't know that we were going to have to knot everything in the beginning, but the signal actually came out pretty clean. At least the circuit design. You know what I mean? It's just this, out to here. No ribbon, nothing crazy. I mean, it is a lot of refined metal. To get all of this done, this is going to be a ton of refined metal. Yeah, we got a lot of rot going on. That might be a problem. It really just depends on how much rot we're getting here. I think we might be able to... What we could do is we could possibly make a solid filter that diverts all of the rot to somewhere else. And then we could measure that rot and see how much we're getting. And we could kind of reverse calculate. We could calculate backwards how much barbecue we lost to try to calculate the inefficiency that we're getting. It actually could be a nice little step. I don't know if we're going to have time for that tonight. But that might be a nice little measurement step that we could implement to help us figure out, you know, exactly what's going on here with the rot. And I think that actually might not be very hard to implement. We could do something like this. And then put a solid filter here. Oh. Yeah, I'd probably get rid of this too, huh? Deconstruct! I don't want that. I want the shipping stuff. And we'll do something like that, and then I'll... And then, let's see here. We want to do polluted dirt. I'm gonna have to wire it up, obviously. We can, oh, look at that. What do you know? There's a wire nearby. It was almost like that was supposed to happen. Let's do this. I want to do, go to automation. We'll do a weight plate, because I think when we hover over that, it'll tell us how much mass is sitting on top of it. Not that we would really need that. I guess we could look at the thing, but it is what it is. Then we need a chute to finish it off. There we go. I think that's all we need. We already got some polluted dirt. Look at that. That's like a fraction of it. I mean, 0.2 kilograms? I thought that these things, I thought it was like a 1-to-1. 1 kilogram of barbecue gives you 1 kilogram of polluted dirt, right? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Redneck says, think you are not getting the dirt from the top ranch like that, though. Oh, yeah, you're probably right. Let me see. Yep, I'm not. You're absolutely right. Thanks for catching that. Okay, so what we could do is maybe put this somewhere else. Ah. What are you doing? How did he get over there? Oh, no, he took the pipe to get there. Oh, that's what he did. What are you doing, my guy? Get out of there. No. Actually, let's just go ahead and get rid of all of this. No. You're not supposed to do that, buddy. Let's do this. Where can we put this? Oh, you know what we can do? We could do this. And then just get rid of that, and then put this up here. You laughing at me, redneck? Pretty much. I have my moments. Sometimes it comes across like genius, and other times it just looks like incompetence. We'll just leave this here. Deconstruct, move this up, and grab ourselves some rail and finish hooking it up. There we go. And we're gonna need some power, obviously. I think this is a better spot. Thank you for that, redneck. I appreciate that very much. Thanks for pointing that out. You know, sometimes I just do some embarrassing stuff, you know? It's like, there was one night where I started playing, and I can't remember what happened, but I went to the Be Right Back screen, and then I went back to playing, and I played for like 45 minutes on the Be Right Back screen. No one said anything. And then I'm like, wait a minute, why is no one watching? And I look over and I'm like, oh, oops. Oops. Redneck said, laughing at dupes being dupes. Like, even why did he have to go there? It's because he could, that's why. It's just like, it's the same reason children do things. It's just because they can. There's no reason sometimes. It's just because they can. All right, I'm missing something here. I think I'm missing some shipping rail. I don't want the bridge. Give me the rail, my guy. There. What? Wait, what's going on here? Why is this? What? Did I do something weird here? No. Wow. Okay, there, right? Why does this thing say it? Oh, no, filter selected. I'm stupid. See, look. There you go, redneck. I proved it again. Polluted dirt. Two L's, not one. And you know what? We should probably clear this off first. There we go. Now we should have a good spot. What do you think of that? Do you approve, redneck? Oh. There we go. And the barbecue must circulate. You gotta keep it circulated, if you know what I mean. There we go. That's more better. What's the stack saying to us? The stack is saying, feed us more barbecue. More barbecue. Yeah, keep that moving. Keep it moving. Nothing to see here. Move along. This particular individual is spam clicking barbecue. Yeah, I think, like I said, it's gonna take a while for this thing to spool up, I think. Where are we at now? Wow, let's go down through the stack. 36, 38, 41, 45, 50%. Okay, we're getting there at 75%. Okay, so this one's at 75%, so we're only a couple of cycles out. We're like 5 cycles out from this one being wound up. Obviously, it's gonna kind of work downwards because we started at the top. But we're looking between 5 and 15 cycles, and this thing should be spooled up, and we'll be feeding these hatches their own beautiful barbecue. It's gonna be amazing. Like I said, the calculations are in the document, and the numbers are there. Like these hatches can almost sustain themselves off their own barbecue, which is insane. But we do have to have a couple of hatches here, stone hatches here, to kind of supplement some barbecue. You really only need like 1.5, well, like 2 for every stack of 3. So 2 for each one of these. So 2, 4, 6, 8, which is, what do you know? It's another full ranch stack. Actually, I think this one you could probably get away with paring this down to just 1, because it won't need replenishing nearly as much as a stack of 3 will. That's like a factor of 3. But yeah, I'd call that a success. I'd like to see what you guys think about that. I'd like to know what you guys think. I mean, the ranch stack is definitely capable. Let's make sure that we're not having any critter nonsense now. Looks like everything has kind of sorted itself out now. Now that we've updated all of the logic. We're almost full there. Remember, we were at 5 earlier. Matter of fact, once these guys grow up, we'll be able to sort them out. One will get delivered, and all these ranches will be full. But the fact that we have this many ranches and they're all staying perfectly full tells me that we did something right. We did something really right. Either that or the hatches haven't died yet. There's always that. Yeah, they haven't. Very nice, very nice. Now all this thing needs is a really, really long testing, like a lot of cycles. I think 50 to 100 cycles ought to really tease out anything that's going to be going on with this farm. Still got barbecue circulating. We still need it too. Looks like a lot of them are closed, which is good, which means they're all full. This one needs some. Should be going red here in a minute. If we get any down here. Yep, you seen it was red for a moment. It's gonna flicker as needed. But yeah, I think that's actually pretty good. I think we're in a really good spot now. We're gonna be wrapping this up here in just a couple of minutes, guys. Usually stop streaming at 9. But I think what we can do is, if you guys want to, we can go over and raid someone. I think I'm probably gonna start wrapping this up. We can go ahead and transition over. I'm gonna call this a win. I'm gonna keep working on testing this just to make sure it works. I'll report my findings over on the Discord if you guys want to join me over there. And I'm probably gonna start implementing this into the Let's Play. Redneck says, what amount are the feeders and fridges set to? That's a great question, Redneck. So the feeders are set to 2 kilograms, which is essentially 8,000 kilocalories of barbecue, because 1 kilogram of barbecue is 4,000 kilocalories. And the same thing with these. And we could probably pare this down a little bit, but the problem is like, I mean, actually we could. We could definitely pare this down a little bit. I could pare this to like 1. Matter of fact, that probably wouldn't be a bad idea. The only problem is that if it... Actually, you know what? That's a good point. I could probably pare this down to 1. Because it really doesn't have to keep a lot. It just has to have enough to keep this thing from being completely empty. And I mean, really the fridges are here as a buffer. And also as a signal to the kitchen. You know what I mean? That's where the signal emanates from. This is what's monitoring how much barbecue we have in this farm. Because the priority is set up to where it's going to fill this first, and once this is full, it'll fill this. And once this is full, we don't want any more barbecue. It'll close the hatch, and it'll also tell the stack, nope, we don't want any. Like, all the farms are good right now. That's why we have a red signal. Going back to the kitchen. Don't mind this for you guys that just joined this. This is something we were using to time. We were using to time the barbecue circulating on the conveyor rail. But yeah, so I will tell you this, that if you're looking to build this exact hatch ranch, you'll either have to skim it off of this video or the one that we designed in, or you can head over to the workshop. I have these overlays in the engineering notebook. This actual setup right here. All the logic, everything's over there. All the settings. Not this. This is a new addition. This stuff is new, but this one over here, this one is definitely over on the workshop. This one right here. And this one's working. as you can see, none of these have been groomed in how many cycles have we been playing now? And it's still kind of operating on its own. These guys probably just aren't very happy. Yeah, see, the farms are still full, which means that this automation is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. And look, no duplicates can get in here. So it is purely automation that's running this farm right now. Purely automation. In all actuality, I'm wondering if at some point you could put the grooming, what is it? Actually, let's see if we can do that. We'll do that as kind of like a little bit of a finale here. I don't know, how big is the condo? Oh, that's probably gonna be on the food tab, isn't it? Critter condo? I haven't done a whole lot with these, but doesn't this make them happier? Oh, it's a little too wide. I could move this outside of the farm and put this here. Oh, that's such a great idea. Copy and paste. Let's disable all these. I know this is a bit of a... I wouldn't say it's a moot point. I'd say this is actually an interesting final push here. I want to know if this will work. Redneck says, with the new way the feeder works, it helps between the downtime of the ranching. Yeah. Let's see if we can do... I'm honestly don't really know exactly how the critter condo would work into this, but I mean, they're not being groomed. Why is there a stone hatch in here? Nah, man, you can't be in here. Oh. It's clear floor. Oh, we got rid of 3 of them. Oh, look, you know, what do you know? We just delivered 2 more. Boom, we're back to 8. I meant to do that. I'm guessing these guys will come in here. Maybe they'll get happy again? I don't know. No. Is he? Are they gonna get happy? I don't know if that's gonna be enough to make them happy. They still need to be groomed, right? The only way you can do that is if you do the critter feeder, right? I don't know. Anyway, that's something we can work on another time. But like I said, the overlays are on the workshop. If you're trying to get over there, just hit !workshop in the chat. But anyway, I think that's gonna be it. I think we're gonna transition out right now, and we're probably gonna go raid somebody. Just want to let you guys know, thank you for being here. I appreciate you so much. And like I always say, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and try to leave something a little bit better than you found it. And we'll catch you on Friday for Fast Friday, where we're gonna be doing max speed, no pause. We're gonna be starting with, I think, 20 or 25 duplicates. It's gonna be absolutely insane. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. So don't forget about that on Friday. We're gonna be doing that at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until 9. So thanks for being here, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and try to raid over. Let's see who else is here.